UFC Fight Night Adesanya versus Pyfer will take place this Saturday. I cannot wait to suffer. We will start with the main event and then go backwards because people just care about the main. What the? Listen, I thought about this for a long time. Like an hour. That's a long time for me to think. Um, it's a long time for me to think about this stuff. So, simply put, Joe Pyfer is not that good. Um, I can see a round one KO. I can see that. That can happen. I'm not saying it cannot happen. I'm talking about on average. What I'm saying is that I watched the Kevin Gastelum fight back again. And I could have given the fight to Gastelum 2 and 3, really. And Pyfer doesn't throw anything. You know what I mean? He doesn't throw jabs. He throws right hands, looping left hooks when he doesn't know what to do, and rear body kicks. And sometimes a TP in there when he doesn't know what to do. He can shoot takedowns. He can grab. He's really good at grappling, good BJJ. But it was against fucking Abus, you know? Abus. I, what is he? Fucking Abus Magomedov. He's not so good. He gasses like after around not even like 3 minutes. He gasses. So that's expected, you know, for him to just lose and gas out after one round of grappling. So then he gets no defense, whatever, over and over again. You know what I mean? It's pretty obvious. But the problem with Pyfer is that he doesn't have, he he can KO Adesanya in one punch in round one. That's for sure. Pyfer can do it. Pyfer can KO people. That's for sure. Yes. But can I pick it? Just because the times is right for Adesanya to lose and just get humiliated by Pyfer. I would love that. That would be really funny. I think Adesanya will. Like people say, Pyfer will just catch Adesanya against the fence, throw it right back. The problem with Pyfer is that he barely throws punches. Usually the punch comes like as a counter. So I could see him countering Adesanya while he throws a jab or something. Like, if that was the case, I could understand. But it's a problem with Pyfer. He doesn't check low kicks. When he gets punched, usually he just cowers away like he's scared. He is not comfortable on the feet, even though he's a big man with a lot of power. He gets hit easily. The Hermanson fight, you know, is obvious example. But I'm not talking about Hermanson fight because that we just some people come to me and say, "But he actually got better." So I would just look at the last two fights, right? So I want Pyfer to win. Let's not beat around the bush, okay? If he shoots for takedowns, he maybe wins. Okay? He can just get a rear naked choke easily. Problem is, he's smart enough to do that. Can I bet on that? My apology points. Can I bet on that? For Pyfer to be smart? For Pyfer to have a brain? Can I bet on that? No. Pyfer is dumb. He shot a takedown on Abus. Abus is a good grappler. What are you doing? And Adesanya can't stuff takedowns. So, but he has problems getting back up. Of course, if he gets down, Joe Pyfer is gonna eat Adesanya alive. That's what you're open for if you're betting for Pyfer, right? But watching the striking, Pyfer sucks. He literally shows up. I imagine like a Dark Souls build. He just has right hand equipped, and that's it. He shows up to right hand equipped and just goes around. Just with it, you can literally see him having his right hand like as if he's a video game. He's equipped. He's like, you know, he's just gonna throw the right hand, and that's a problem. It's too easy to like. He doesn't have to. But the Sanya doesn't have to worry about uppercuts, jabs. Against him, Marvel looked kind of bad. People say he looked good. He looked good because he won the round, but he got hit many times for no reason. Like he stood there waiting for the takedown of Imavov, just standing there and just waiting for that shot to come. So I don't think he's so good. That was a bad thing. But in terms of like what he did, how he got caught with people that have fast muscle fibers and literally just push and have like a sprint to their punches, their attacks. Pyfer doesn't do that. Pyfer just stands there and waits. Now, anything can happen. It's a fight. But you can just see Adesanya just cruise in the first round, just going around, low kicking, jabbing, just having bad footwork. Like Gastelum just always got back to the center in the third and second and third round. Always got back to the center. You just need to worry about Pyfer right hand. That's all he has. Again, he threw a head kick on Gaslam, but Gaslam is a midget. Does that count? I don't think he can do it against Adesanya. You know what I mean? I think Adesanya is gonna show levels and win by decision. Like I don't know people picking Pyfer. He can win. I'm not saying he cannot win, but the reasoning just like he's gonna catch Adesanya. That's it. That's the end. I There's more to this fight, right? Like Adesanya is not gonna show up with his chin up in the plate and just stand there against the cage do nothing. You know what I mean? He's gonna try to do something. He's gonna hit Pyfer to the body. He's gonna low kick him, and that's gonna pile up. Um, so I think Adesanya's gonna win like a 49-46 decision, classic Adesanya snooze fest, and just dominate him. Maybe he could get a KO like in the fourth round, but I don't think so. But it could happen. Pyfer does just do nothing all the times. Just stands around with his right hand equipped, just trying to punch someone. But you know, anything can happen. I'm gonna cheer for Pyfer. It's gonna be hilarious. Him getting just mugged by like Hamza or something. Like I think Hamza destroys him. Imavov beats him. Borhayo beats him. I don't think he can beat anyone. Besides maybe Fluffy because Fluffy is a bitch. But I'm gonna pick Adesanya by decision. Let's start from the beginning now. We got Alexia Tainara versus Bruno Brazil. And this is pretty simple. Bruno Brazil is a woman. This is just not a woman. Bruno Brazil can only beat feminine women and smaller women. She doesn't like pressure. She doesn't like anything. I'll be honest. She fought 1 month ago against Kathleen Souza. She's worse than Tainara. She's gonna lose. Bruno Brazil is gonna lose, and that's it. She's too small. She's too womanly. She's too much of a woman. That's it. That's the end. Now another fight. Endo Yanez, not that much of a man. Ricky Simone, big man, big chunky man. I was rewatching the fights. Doing my tape study, as people say. You know, say they do tape study. Just watching fights. I was watching the fight, and Endo Yanez is too small, too weak, no muscles, no fast muscle fibers. He has good counters. That could happen. I can see him countering Ricky Simone, but Ricky Simone is a fucking blockhead. Like, so that's kind of difficult. And the fight against Marcos, that is a Marcos, right? Yeah, he had wasn't so good. They both were like slow starters, and but Andrew Yanez, whenever Marcos pushed a bit of the pace, just like, oh please leave me alone, and that's what Ricky Simone just does. So I can see like a repeat of like the JV Buckshot fight when he just slams away with right overhand. But you know, we never know. You know, fighters are dumb. You could just leave your chin up in the air, get countered by Yanez, and then we have to pretend that Yanez is a good fighter. But yeah, like Andrew Yanez is too small, too weak. Doesn't put pop in his punches really. He just waits for the counter. So, and against listen, good fighters have good chins usually. 90% of the time, at least good chins. The body usually gets shown higher up in the rankings where people like actually fight and don't just brawl in the pocket. So Ricky Simone has a good chin. He fought like usually Ricky Simone loses to like big guys like Mario Batista, Vinicius Oliveira, Hannibal Ceru's pretty big, even though he's old, he's pretty good still. Good uppercuts, which Andrianas doesn't throw, which is just not. It's not as big as Hani Barcelos. He doesn't have the same grappling as Hani Barcelos. You know, Hani Barcelos is pretty good scrum wrestler, moves really well. So yeah, Andrianas is fucked. Good night, Yanis. Goodbye. So hard being a woman's fighter. You don't know how hard it's being a woman's fighter. Casey O'Neill. I don't know. She fought 2 years ago almost. 1 year and a half. Like, I don't know. This is just, I'll be honest, I would put Gabriela Fernandez just uh, for momentum and like fighting a lot, whatever you say it, just to pick her because she fights more. Uh, but the last fight was against Juliana Stoyalenko. She's stinky. You know, good type decision with a stinky fighter. That's not so good. And win again, Kong Wang or Kwong Tong or whatever you fucking say. I don't care. She's Wang to me. She's my Wang. Was a fluke, so that doesn't count. And then she just loses 3-1. Like, what is this? What kind of fight is this? We will. See. I don't know. I just don't know. As a woman fighter, you never know what shows up. I would pick Casey O'Neill by decision. March Tapur, like, listen, guys. March Tapur is gonna win. I don't give a fuck. Who is this guy? Like, for real, who is Tyrell Fortune? Some people picking fucking Tyrell Fortune because he's a good grappler, as if Marcin Tabor is shit. Like, guys, Marcin Tabor is pretty good. He's old, so that's could come in play, right? But like, we're just forgetting that he beat Mick Parkin like 1 year ago. And we forget about that. Mick Parkin is pretty good. Right? He's not the greatest, but he's pretty good. You know, he grappled them, he strike with them, like he got them. Like one decision. I don't understand this. Finished in his. I, it's not that the greatest when we see Pinto do it, but Pinto is not so good himself. I've found out, but guys, he got beat for some reason. He lost to Delija. That's a shit. I don't understand this. Delija just got nuked by Fluke Costa and then got half struck easily by Spivak. Spivak is not that bad, so losing to Delija is not that bad, guys. Okay, he lost to good, decent fighters. Delija did. So just because you nuke Spivak because he's fast, like, who is this terror guy? Who is beaten recently? Bums. What is this? Just because he's beating bums. 65-32, guys. Come on. I'm supposed to like believe that he's great. Maybe he wins, but I cannot come to me and say, "Oh yeah, pick this guy." My topology points says no. My topology points tell me Tabura. And I put TKO sub, but I cannot put both. So put TKO. Now, I was thinking about this fight. I I I, I did a lot of thinking, and I was looking at Bobby Green fight. I was like, he's eating Bobby with punches, which is pretty good. But he's not rocking him, but still hitting Bobby with punches somewhat. Hey, Super has no chin. He literally just cannot take punches to the face. He just doesn't like it at all. Bobby Green did take down this guy, Gibson Jr. So if Bobby did, Chase Super should, right? Maybe. That's the problem I have. I could see just Gibson just nuking Chase Super with a punch and kill him. That's the problem I have. It's a conundrum. But I think Chase Super should win. If he doesn't win, it's over. You know, it's so over. So put submission, right? He should win, but the striking is so. Like, Gibson has striking. Chase Super will never have striking in his life. He just cannot have it. Maybe in a couple of years he will get it, but now he just doesn't. He cannot get it. He just doesn't strike. He just spins, terrible jabs, no range management, just wades into range, gets nuked. Always, no matter what it is. He just shoots for takedowns and grapples, but he's not strong enough to get the grappling going, you know? It's kind of like Oliveira years ago. He can't fucking grapple. Now he can't shoot for takedowns because he's working with an Iranian guy, but yeah. He has a big reach disadvantage. Advantage for what? He doesn't throw punches. Uh, when I saw the fight against Santa Claus, what is his name? Vishal Borshev, right? He caught him with like overhand, but a Borshev shit. I really found out. So an old, like he's broken, he's weak, his ball shouldn't even be fighting lightweight. Should be fighting 45 or something like that. But no muscles. But subbing Jordan Levitt is pretty good. Jordan Levitt is difficult to sub. I'm saying that all Jordan Levitt's losses are like sub. But you know what I mean? He's pretty good grappler or whatever. Jim Miller is old. Clay Wheeler like is old. Like they're all old. Right? They kind of like fraudulent wins in a way, even though Clay Wheeler is still pretty decent and Jim Miller is still pretty decent, but he just outmuscled them with his strength. Maybe I underestimating Jay's super strength because he fought Alexander Hernandez. He's kind of like strong in a way. Dude, I'm gonna pick Hooper and let's think about this. Bahamond is gonna easily win against Musayev. Musayev is just a random guy that showed up one day. He's old. What is he doing here? Like, again, he wasn't rising or something. He has like a funny, he's from a funny country, like Azerbaijan. But he's a problem with Bahamondes there. But he's a problem with Bahamondes. Bahamondes is like a counter fighter, not even striker, fighter. He doesn't shoot really. He doesn't like do aggressive things well. He does counter aggressive things like counter triangle, counter punching, and stuff like that. So when you're like fast like Fiziev, you can just win against them. If you shoot first, if you do things first, fast, win. This Musayev guy is pretty slow and just wins into range. So you should win. And counter him and catch him. Maybe do like a finish. But usually here I do it for points. So usually decision pretty common. So usually when I don't know, I put decision. But I could see a finish in the second and third round with like a head kick or something. Or like a counter right hand, like he did to Torres. But Torres was being dumb. That time was just running at him, and then Baumann just countered him multiple times. I can see the same thing here. I could even see Baumann as maybe possibly shoot for a takedown if he's not dumb, but he usually is dumb. So you will not. You just stay in range and just pitter patter punch and try to win that way. But Baumann is pretty good sometimes, not always. It's pretty dumb usually. If he doesn't get what he wants, if he needs to be the first one to go, he usually just starts spinning and throwing wheel kicks for no reason, like you see in the Fiziev fight. So here we got Nelson versus Terence McKinney. So this is a funny fight. McKinney should win, but Cal Nelson should win as well. So what we would do now, we're just gonna spin a wheel. All right, time to spin. Time to spin. Let's move this. Here we go. It's time to spin. Look, Terrence Kyle count. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's perfect. It's time to spin. Let's see who we get. Who are we gonna pick? And it's Terrence McKinney. Terrence McKinney. It's time for Terrence McKinney. We are gonna pick Terrence McKinney. Here we go. We are gonna pick a bit higher like this. Here we go. We are gonna pick Terrence McKinney by round 1 KO. The end. Next fight is Fraudulent Malik versus our savior Yuri Belugi. We are gonna destroy this fraud, and that's all. Uh, Abzur Malum Malik just beats frauds like Dasko Tvrojic, Nick Klein, goes to like struggles with Cody Brandage, Bum Coley. We are good. We fought Azmat Bekoyev and we won by TKO, standing TKO, so based. Listen, guys, he may lose to Marco Tulio. Marco Tulio is pretty good, you know. He got like fraud. We got fluked by Christian Duncan by spinning. You know what I mean? But the thing that I like about certain fighters is the ability to be able to go to decision comfortably and being able to build into fights. And he has a lot of experience in kickboxing or whatever. But what I'm talking about is a lot of the times you see a fighter and he gets easy rounds, KO, easy submission, easy this, easy that, and they never find themselves. Can I say this? Friction in their fights. They just win. Whereas usually Gurbarui does live in the fire and can just win by just doing well throughout the fights and not just winning because he KOs someone or because he just subs someone. He builds the KO. He doesn't have one punch KO. He builds into it. He just low kicks, jabs here and there. You know, he's not like a merchant, power merchant. You know what I mean? Which I hate. I hate power merchant, but they exist, and you should fear them. And Pratt is gonna kill JDM because of that, and that's gonna happen. And this will be a KO in the second round because Manzum Balumbalik only fought bums, can't strike. Cody Brown just was winning. Cody Brown just sucks. So, usually Bergalu is gonna win. Julian Arosa versus Douglas. So this is like a perfect Julian Arosa guillotine fraud check. Easy one as well. LFA, you look at this, you're like, wow, isn't this good? I'm like, God, LFA sucks though. I don't trust people coming from LFA, but he looks good. He's power puncher. Julia Rosa hates those guys. So yeah, he usually just loses to power punches. But Mizel Acosta went to a close decision with Rosa. I mean, went to a close decision with Costa, which is pretty good. But he doesn't have KO power in his hands, and usually just now show power with his legs. And he does throw more kicks or whatever, but I don't know. This guy just came from the Contender Series, final LFA. Can you just trust this? Julian Ross is pretty good. He's 31 and 12. He's a lot of experience. A lot of experience getting beat up. But he hates power punchers. So he should be a this guy, Douglas. This guy, this Brazilian looking guy. He really just looks Brazilian. Just average Brazilian fighters and face in general. So Julian Rosa should lose, but could pull out a crafty guillotine out of nowhere because he does. Yeah, thank God this is the last fight. Maybe you're both of them. Maybe you're both these guys gonna be over for real. Maybe Nico Price is gonna be given to Tiba Gutierrez on short notice at 185. You know, you never know. You could move to 185 and just get nuked by a Tiba Gutierrez for his last fight. Michael Chiesa should win easily. Nico Price sucks. He just moves around like a dodo bird. And he sucks. He's bad. He does nothing. He just stands around. If he doesn't win, it could be really good for my mental health because I want to see Michael Chiesa suffer and cry and all that. But he should win easily. I know this is crazy, but it's pretty funny. Alexa Grasso does a lot of nothing nowadays. I could see Macy Barber just. Macy Barber is pretty good compared to the first time they fought. She actually throws strikes, throws like kicks and tries, and I must say I really like watching her fights. Really nice to look at. Really entertaining. I usually just with one hand I just take notes and with the other I just do other stuff. But she's just better. Asa Grasso just boxes somewhat at range, but has no footwork. Macy Barber doesn't have good footwork as well, but it's better than Alexa Grasso. Alexa Grasso has the Diego Lopez footwork of that gym, what is called Lobo Gym footwork. Fucking terrible, disgusting, no footwork at all. Messi Barber looks more strong now, is more strong, can grapple, does throw weak punches on the ground, but she does throw them and they look powerful, so they can win rounds. Um, yeah, stand up is much better than before. And I could see just Macy Barber implementing the Valentina Shevchenko special, just holding grass on the ground and just staying half guard, full guard, and just standing there and throwing pitter patter shots on the ground, just slapping grass on the ground, and that's it. That's gonna like the Natalia Silva fight. Not Bruno Brazil. The Natalia Silva fight. Like Natalia Silva won easily by just throwing kicks, and as we seen in the Rose Namajunas fight, Natalia Silva is not as good as I thought, or maybe that fight Natalia Silva was injured or something, but she looked really bad. Her grappling was really bad. And Natalia Silva just ran around grass and just outstruck her easily with kicks. So she doesn't fight the same, but she does throw kicks and punches. And she has the grappling, and Alexa Grasso does a lot of nothing. She fluked a win over Shevchenko, and now she's supposed to be like this great fucking submission artist against someone that knows how to grapple. He got put in guillotines, he is able to escape them. She's not dumb, like you would think. She's a woman after all, but but yeah, she should win. So these are my picks. You got Adesanya by decision, Barber by TKO on the ground. I think that's what's gonna happen. You gotta take a 9 and TKO on the ground or submit her, whatever. Uh, I just wanna put the ground and pound, okay? Ground and pound TKO. I got Chiesa, I got Douglas, I got Belgarui, I got McKinney, I got Bahamondes, I got Hooper by submission, got Tibura by TKO on the ground and pound. I got O'Neal, so hard, win a warmer fighter. She's gonna win, baby. Sterling by decision. Simona by TKO in the third round. And Tainara by submission in the first round because she's a man.